see, I can compress it in with ease, no problem. Why? Because I got it in service mode. I imagine you guys try to do it without it, whatever, you got different methods. I never attempted this. I got like music in the background. I guess if I'm talking loud, I can't hear it, but the neighbor's playing some music. So behind me is a 2017 Acura. This is a TLX, I believe. And I guess I don't need to get in too many like details or whatever. I'm gonna be doing like rear pads and rotors. So this one got the electronic parking brake, and we got those Phillips screws that and a rotor that you usually put on the assembly line just to keep the screws in. You don't technically have to use it. So I do got a special impact driver, going to be impact screwdriver used to get those screws out. If you don't have one, there's ways to get it out. I'll probably give you a few tips in the video if you just pay attention. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Make sure you guys subscribe, all that. Catch me on Instagram. If you need me, email Leekautorepair@gmail.com for business inquiries. Located in the state of Pennsylvania. Yes, I do travel. Yes, I am a mobile mechanic. I'm with the shit, so let me know. So get at me. So I'm going to run through these settings real quick with the scan tool, because it's got electronic parking brake, so it's going to make the job a lot harder for you. So what we want to do is, and go to System Select, go to, should be able to go to, let's go back to Service Function, because that's just easier, and then Pad Replacement, and I guess we're just going to parking brake right there. Brake pad maintenance mode, and read the prompt or the instructions right here. This function is used for the rear pads. Check the final conditions of field. Release the parking brake. Battery is charged over 10 volts. In order to prevent the battery recharge, make sure the battery is fully charged, so you can put like a jump pack on it to maintain it. I don't know, it is what it is. I guess we got to keep the scan tool plug or whatever. I don't know. So what I'm going to do is, brake pads are in a number control position. Do you want to execute pads change mode? It takes about 25 seconds maximum. Let's go. So you hear the rear parking brakes is pulling back some, so that way I can push them back in there. So I said take up to 25 seconds, so let it do its thing. And I imagine guys got other methods of doing this. Me, just my way, I'm using the scan tool, so that's what it is. So it has been done. Maintenance, when the pad is, you must return to the normal mode in order to repeat the position. So I'm going to hit magic mode, press OK. So well, let me read this again. The system transitions to exit mode, perform the rear maintenance. When you are finished, press the OK button. Alright, I want to leave that right there. Turn the car off because I don't want to run battery. And hold on, I might lose focus in the camera, but who cares? So I can't even find where the button. Here we go. Alright, so it's the same. If you can't get the tire off, you can't do this job. So a couple of things you could do, whatever it is you want to do. You probably don't need rust penetrating oil. This is like a newer Acura, so I'm not going to keep on talking too much. My goal is just to help you get this done. You don't need a rear caliper kit, which is this guy, so I told you you don't need it. Why? Because you can push the pistons back in after we already put it in the service mode. So one of the things I'm going to do, since I have drag on a rotor, is take the impact screwdriver, and this is the one with the bit on it, which the bit comes out separately, but this is a kit I got like probably 12-13 years ago, something like that. This is a probably more than that, probably 17 years ago, I don't know, but I had this tool for a while. Usually I'll just between it on, you probably order this on Amazon, eBay, online, or off the truck. You can get new bits all, because you will run through these bits all the time. Don't get the one from I'm pretty sure I put a link for Amazon. You can get this impact screwdriver, but don't get the one from like Advanced Auto, like the brand called Sure Built, because it sure ain't built right, and the bits is like trash. So let me spin this rotor back a little bit, put it here. It's better to just stand up and press down on it, because it's spring loaded. So once you locked it in, whack it a few times before you turn it, but then once you feel like you dug it in, then you press the turn while you banging it at the same time. See, I'm turning. Let's see if I can get this rotor to stop. There we go. And that should come off. No problem. So we took care of the hard part. Will I use this screw again? No. Why? Because you don't need it again. Usually they just keep it in there at the factory just so you can properly, or at least so the rotor can stay on. It's not like a catastrophe. So what I want to do is, you could use a screwdriver. Not a screwdriver. I'm sorry. Pliers. Do not apply pressure to the rubber boot. If you want, you can slide the boot back so it's out the way. But for me, there is teeth around the stud because you can't slip. You get a wrench in there, you get a thin wrench, but nobody feel like for all of that. So what I want to do is, mind you, I'm hot right now. I want to expand the grip just to put it on the teeth part of the flange of the stud, and just to hold it down and see how free it came. So let's work these caliper bolts off in the back. So you need a picture of everything I stated, or what I'm talking about. I'll leave pictures, I guess, just to help you out. So let me finish getting these bolts on, and then you're gonna have to work the top one out. Now I left my swivels, but I do got tools in my box I could use, but at the same time I'm a little lazy. So let me work this free. Like I said, I slid the boot back, so alright, one of my lights died, so it is what it is. I don't think I have any backup lighting for you, except for a jump pack that I have here. Let's see if that works, and that gives me extra lighting. I need to charge all of my lights realistically, but I haven't had time to really do much because I'm super busy. So that should help with some things. So what I'm going to do is, let me finish getting off these bolts, 2 out, and should be able to, if I get a screwdriver, just wedge out the caliper itself. You should be able to just wiggle out. Come on. I gotta do a little bit of influence. Come on. Here we go. Now, everything's gonna be a little tight. You got wiring and stuff and brake holes, so don't expect to yank at everything all crazy. One of the things I'm gonna do, since I got the caliper out already, because I don't have to use a pad. I could use the base of this, but if you want to slip a pad in here just to be nice, you don't have to, but I'm going to. This is designed for a 2 piston, but you can get away with using it with 1. And since it's already compressed, if you guys can see, let's bring the camera in more. See, I can compress it in with ease, no problem. Why? Because I got it in service mode. I imagine you guys try to do it without it, whatever. You got different methods. I want to work the back pad out. You should already have got that out, but yep, and everything. So pay attention to how it was before, but this wear indicator or marker on it at least. Make sure it's mounted where it's supposed to be. For me, I had to mount this in the back, and it seemed to have fit no problem, rather than trying to get it in the front for some reason. I don't know, whichever you prefer, just put it back the way it was. Next I'm gonna grab a 17 setup. Now my switch on here is messed up, and I need to get it to snap on to get it fixed because it's warranty at this point. I'm gonna sneak this caliper in the back best as I could without forcing it. Get it out the way, and I'm just gonna break free. Here we go. Break free these bolts. Here we go, we free. Now this helps when you get in there with electric ratchet, just to make everything a lot easier. And then this long 3/8 ratchet serves me good. Why? Because it got leverage. Why? Because we got length on it. So now I want to grab the electric ratchet along with this 3-inch. I believe it's smaller than it. I don't know if it's 2-inch, whatever this is. Stubby. I can't even talk extension. It's wobble. I love wobble extensions from Harbor Freight. I'm hot. Don't mind me right now. I'm a little thirsty. Between exercising and I was doing this or whatever, it's doing 30,000 things. So let's get these off to the side. So some of these, only Hondas and Acuras comes with a washer in the back side of it. This didn't come with it. If it do, make sure you put it back on. If you don't, you know why the caliper was, or something was digging into the rotor. Why? Because you didn't put it back. So get us a few whacks. If you want, you can put some 12mm bolts in here to press it out, or you could just whack it a few times and it'll come loose, and you kind of gotta walk it out a little bit. So come on, rotors up. You want to be nice, just grab a brush. This surface is not too bad, so I usually just get where the rotor will be at. Why? Because just do what the hell I said, and that's the goddamn question. Clean it up, bam, let's get the rotor. I don't care if you think these rotors are the same. Make sure you match them up. They look the same. Then you proceed. I like to mount them up here. Why? Because I like to clean it real quick, just to touch it with some brake cleaner before they look already clean anyway. It's going to get burnt off. If you want to put the rotor back where it was so you can get the screw back into the rotor, you can. It's optional. You want to be nice to do it, but I'm not going to put the screw back into the rotor. Why? Because we don't need this anymore. These brake pads that came in the box didn't come with shim kit, so just take the brake cleaner, hit up the clips, and before you put these back in, or while you got the bracket out, lube these pins up, these slide pins, with some brake lube, caliper grease. You can buy it in a pack or a tube like I just poured out, and you don't got to be all ham on it. Make sure you bleed it out, piercing the boot. Gotta get the pressure out of there. I need to re-up on it because I'm a little low in there. I had to dig in there a little crazy. Bam, we on. Solve a problem while I had a problem. Let's get this on. Make it feel for the hole. Catch the threads. Turn it a few times. And then, if you got a problem with cross thread, that's because you weren't starting the bolt. You need to start the bolt. The bolt don't start, rotor not straight, something's not right. You need to start over. But you need to be able to thread these in successfully. So now I'm going to grab the ratchet. Get the other one. And I'm going to tighten them down. If you want to use a torque wrench, you can, but you're working on cars for a long time, you should already know how to do this part by heart without thinking about it too much. So since I'm already set, cool. Don't do it where you're going to be snapping a bolt. Just, you know what's tight. I don't have to teach you that. You might need to spend time on a torque wrench so you know how tight is tight. That I did, so I know what to do. In my case, I'm going to clean this off because I definitely got that dirty. Next, we're going to get the brake pad in. The brake pad is the easy part. But this is I want to put this in the inside. Be careful fighting these clips up. Why? Just be careful. You don't want to bend these because they didn't come with replacements unless you want to go to the store and get some. You're free to do it. Just totally up to you. I believe I saw something in the back, but back of the car, I think that was for the front though. But these clips are not bad, so I'm going to reuse these. So sneak that in there. I got to get the other one. See, I had a little pain for a second. So now, if you want to hit this with brake cleaner, you can. You don't have to. Realistically, I probably just hit this part with lube. Now, I already did the other side already. I'm only saying, well, let me take some cleaner because I want to wipe it off. I don't want it to be like saturated or nothing like that, but I do kind of want it to be like lubed a little bit. It's probably don't make sense to y'all, but it makes sense to me. So just wipe it where you can't get it out the grooves, but it's not like messy. Like that, yeah. Let's put the boot on, the caliper on. It's going to be a pain, so you got to watch the motor in the back because it might mess your alignment up and everything. If you can't get nothing on, it's because you didn't put the piston back in right, the bore. Now start the bolt, start the other one. I'm going to lock both of these down. Let me tighten these. I'm gonna hop inside real quick, so that way I can pump the brake. Let's go. Pump the brake pedal up. 1, 2. Alright, now we're gonna complete it, which I run through the settings. Did you finish the rear brake pad maintenance? Okay. The brake pad, return to normal brake up position, 25 seconds at the maximum. Da, 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 da. You hear it going back. Alright, so it's back to the normal pad position. Procedure is finished. Hit the OK button. Turn the ignition off. Turn the ignition on. And that's it. And you shouldn't have like a light or anything. Let me start this up. And I'm going to test drive this and everything. Make sure you like park and brake and stuff work. That way you ain't got like no issues. So let's, you hear it come on. Take it off. That's that. So Leekautorepair, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you want your vehicle serviced by me, I can be found. I'm giving my information to my link. Send me an email, Leekautorepair Gmail. My Instagram, anything, whatever, Pennsylvania, like South Jersey, some North Jersey, whatever. In that area, whatever, tri-state area. But mostly, yes, I am mobile. So I don't know where you guys are located. Make sure you guys do your DD, your due diligence. If you like my content, if you want me to work on your car, if you want your car on my page, my channel, basically, make sure you get at me and we'll get your car in here. We'll get your car back in order. Serious inquiries. Anybody got like car questions and need help with stuff, be sure to leave it in the comment section or any other videos or whatever. Why? Because the community can like help each other. If you guys need like help specifically or something, it's something where it's turned into like a job or something like that, or consultation or whatever. Hell yeah, you're paying for my goddamn time. What I'm doing, what you guys see me doing, this is literally what I do for a living, so I don't have time, it's no game. Everyone wants that car fixed. That's literally what I do. Fix cars, so you have to respect that. So you guys get at me.